Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Now, it takes a lot of aroids and mainly philodendrons to create an indoor jungle like this one. And some of these philodendrons will be quite well known and are popular houseplants. However, there is a whole bunch of philodendrons that for some reason don't get a chance to shine. They just seem to be less popular or attractive for us houseplant enthusiasts. So years ago I started a series where I give those unpopular philodendrons a chance to shine. And today is episode 30 in this series with this philodendron asperatum. So let's have a closer look together. So this is what my asperatum looked like when I got it back in July 2021. So it's been under my care for 4.5 years now. I paid $38 for it and it came with just 4 leaves. And so this is the same plant today. Now, first of all, I have to mention that this container has 2 other philodendrons in it. First of all, this burle Marx arrowy type. And then we also have this little guy here, which is the philodendron red. Now, when you look at the asperatum, you might notice something that is a little bit frustrating. Quite a few of the new leaves get stuck while they unfurl, which results in torn or damaged leaves. Now, the plant seems to be aware that this is not good, because after the newest leaf also came out damaged, the leaf turned its front towards the wall, as if the plant was somewhat ashamed of the latest result. Now, some of the leaves did come out undamaged and they are textured. They can become quite big and they have a nice green coloration. So recently I put some wet sphagnum moss in the container, hoping that more humidity might resolve the issue of the damaged leaves. This philodendron asperatum is obviously a climber. It's also an accepted species, meaning that it's not a hybrid or cultivar, but that it's a plant that you can really find in the wild, at least if you are lucky enough to live on a Caribbean island or in the northern part of South America, where this guy grows in the tropical forests. And by the way, I checked the current price for this plant and it's only $22, which is practically half the price that I paid back in 2021. So sometimes it pays off to be an unpopular philodendron. The next thing I want to highlight is that the asperatum, at least mine, is the king producer of what we call extra floral nectaries, which is the sugary and sticky stuff on the leaves that the plant produces to attract ants for pest control. Of course, I have no ants in my place, so it's a bit of a useless effort of the plant, but it's also harmless, so why not? Now, I call this philodendron unpopular because it's not talked about a lot and very few videos on YouTube feature this philodendron. And by the way, here you see the philodendron burle Marx arrowy type with arrowy type leaves. Okay, back now to the asperatum, and let's talk about the petioles on this guy. And these petioles are verrucose, meaning covered with warts or bumps. And so the asperatum is what some people call a fuzzy petiole philodendron. Now, in what I call mixed containers with several plants, I normally cut the plant as soon as it gets higher than the support stick. But with the asperatum I have not yet done so because I want to give it a final chance to produce an undamaged leaf. So the stakes are high, but the plant will of course in the end do its own thing. I give it bright indirect light and it likes a humid environment. At the same time I let the soil dry out almost completely before watering. Since this is quite an old plant, the bottom leaves are gone, and that's why I put the small philodendron red plant in the container, hoping it will cover up the bottom of the asperatum. Now, even though this might be an unpopular philodendron, it does win the prize of the philodendron with the most different names. It is called sometimes philodendron asperatum, ornatum, dolosum, imperial, muschlerianum, rubens, or sometimes tobagense, so no less than 7 different names. Alright, so I hope I did this philodendron asperatum justice with this video. Thanks again for watching. If you want, you can check out my other 29 videos with other unpopular philodendrons. For now, I wish you a very nice day. I hope to see you back soon on my channel. Bye bye.